What's happening, YouTube? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Did you guys come to win some fantasy football games and some matchups and your seasons and your championships? Well, you've come to the right freaking place. Our Big Draft Energy Projections Algorithm has pinpointed the top 10 NFL defenses that wide receivers will torch this season and give you a leg up in your 2025 fantasy football season drafts and all that good shebang bang. Yes, I'm reading off of a script. Okay. These data driven secrets will help you stack your roster with wide receiver studs and win big. Let's dive into the 10 weakest NFL defenses against wide receivers for the 2025 season using our cutting edge BDE algorithm. But before that, this is how we built our algorithm with precision. All right. We analyzed 2024 and 2025 NFL stats, zeroing in on fantasy points per game allowed to wide receivers in PPR formats. These numbers expose which defenses struggle the most against pass catchers. We then looked at all of the NFL draft and offseason reports. We tracked free agency losses and rookie additions. Teams that lost key pass rushers, defenses that lost key pass rushers failed to bolster their secondary. Moving on, we analyzed the 2025 schedule and highlighted matchups with weak defenses and high implied points total. More shootouts mean more fantasy points for your receivers. And that's our ranking formula, okay? So our rankings combine fantasy points per game allowed, the impact of offseason changes, the number of projected high-scoring games, the results, a laser-focused lists of defenses to exploit. Now that you know how we got to our information, here is the defenses that we are going to exploit, starting with the Washington Commanders. And I'm just going to tell you guys the defenses. If you guys want to stop and screenshot why, by all means, go for it. But we're just going to run through this rapid fire. All right. So Washington Commanders, number 1. Number 2, we got the Tennessee Titans. Number 3, New Orleans Saints. Number 4, Arizona Cardinals. Number 5, the Atlanta Falcons. 6, Carolina Panthers. 7, another bad defense, Jacksonville Jaguars, who didn't really do much to address it, especially if Travis Hunter's playing wide receiver. Moving on, the San Francisco 49ers. Some people are going to be pissed. I don't care. These are my projections and analysis. If you don't like it, I apologize. Dallas Cowboys, everybody saw that one coming. And then the Cincinnati Bengals. Honorable mention to the Indianapolis Colts and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right, so now let's get into the nitty-gritty. You guys have all the defenses. You guys screenshotted the whys. Now that we know which defensive units we need to exploit using our BDE projections and algorithm, we did the honors of looking at the entire 2025, 2025, 26 NFL schedule and broke down the receiving cores that have the most advantageous schedule ahead. And here are the top 10 wide receiver rooms that you need to stack your fantasy roster with in 2025. Coming in at number 1, Seattle Seahawks, Jackson Smith-Njigba, he's going to absolutely smash. They get 10 really, really, really good matchups. That's the most in the NFL against defenses we want to exploit. They play the 49ers twice. They play the Cardinals twice, NFC West rivalries and what have you. They also play the Tennessee Titans, Atlanta Falcons, Jacksonville Jaguars, New Orleans Saints, Washington Commanders, and Carolina Panthers. So with that being said, I know what you're going to say. Sam Darnold's the quarterback. Sam Darnold is a very viable quarterback. He proved it last year, and they also have a backup option with Jalen Milroe. They also have new offensive coordinator, Clint Kubiak, who comes from the Shanahan-style offense and the entire system. Last year, he had a lot of explosive plays in New Orleans. They were 8th in passing yards, and New Orleans was a dumpster fire. So the fact that they were top 10 in passing yards just goes to show what he could do with a bad team. So imagine what he could do with a good team that improved their offensive line. Jackson Smith-Njigba's current ADP is 28th, as you can see here on our little drafters screenshot that we got here under the Seattle Seahawks logo. And I did all this myself, guys. I did all this myself. I'm proud of myself. I'm back. All right, moving on. So yeah, he thrives in the slot role. There's going to be a lot of motions. Kubiak has a lot of motions. That's going to benefit Jackson Smith-Njigba, and it's also going to benefit Cooper Kupp, who's new there. If you guys are playing fantasy football, especially doing best ball drafts, I even think you should consider getting Marquez Valdes-Scantling. Moving on, coming in at number 2, we got Marvin Harrison Jr. in the Arizona Cardinals. They got 9 soft matchups, 49ers twice, Jaguars, Saints, Falcons, Bengals, Panthers, Titans, and Cowboys. Pretty tasty. Marvin Harrison Jr.'s ADP is currently 27th, and this is a steal after a stellar rookie year. He's got league winner potential. People are fading him simply because he didn't give you the return on investment for round one capital. But that's on you if you invested in him in redraft. In Dynasty, I understand, but in redraft and best ball last year, if you invested that round one capital, that's on you because the likelihood of somebody paying that off is very slim. Nevertheless, he had a very, very productive season last year, and his schedule favors big games versus weak secondaries, so don't sleep on this stud. He's going to be absolutely bonkers, and rumor has it Keenan Allen may be signing to the Arizona Cardinals as well. Just a rumor. I don't know if it's fact. I don't know if it's not, but that would be an incredible landing spot, and that would also make Kyler Murray's value go all the way up. All right, coming in at number 3, we got Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. Such a happy photo of Puka here. They got 9 total games that have easy projected matchups. They got the 49ers twice. They got the Cardinals twice. Titans, Falcons, Saints, Jacksonville Jaguars, Panthers, and the Dallas Cowboys. All right. Stafford fueled a 9th-ranked passing attack last year with 238.2 yards per game in 2024, and that looks only to improve. They added Devontae Adams, whose ADP is currently 29th, and Puka's is 9.5 or 108 this offseason. And yeah, they're going to shred secondaries in single. Adding Devontae Adams is an upgrade from Cooper Kupp, which will allow Puka Nacua to shred weak secondaries in single coverage. And when healthy for the last 2 seasons, Puka can break fantasy football. You guys have seen it. Both wide receivers I have projected to eat with 7.5 plus targets each per game. So yeah, both of these wide receivers are going to smash. All right, coming in at number 4, we got Drake London and the Atlanta Falcons. I love this guy. He just absolutely musses everybody. They got 7 total games against weak defenses. Michael Penix Jr. was refreshing to see, especially the fact that he's so mobile and agile and doesn't take sacks. He runs to pass the ball. You guys are going to see it this year. This guy just doesn't take sacks, and he definitely targets and favors Drake London, over 6.8 targets, and yeah, 10th ranked passing offense last year. And I look forward to improve because a lot of last year's statistics for the Atlanta Falcons overall was just Kirk Cousins, and we know how that ended. All right, God bless you, Kirk Cousins. Coming up next, Teteroa McMillan's and the Carolina Panthers. They got 8 easy matchups. Falcons, Saints, both twice. They got the Jaguars, 49ers, Cowboys, Cardinals. Bryce Young in this offense needed a wide receiver one, and they got it with their 9th overall pick in this year's draft. Rookie Teteroa McMillan, 6'5", nice route running ability, nice hands, can high point it. Just overall specimen. His ADP is 41st overall, and he's easily the alpha in the room in a room that desperately needed one. I would also tell you I'm very interested in late round flyers, not Adam Thielen, but late round flyers at the wide receiver position here for Carolina. Xavier Legette, maybe he'll be fine. Jalen Colker, I'm very bullish on, and Jimmy Horn. He's been lighting up all camps. His route running looks very precise, and he's a freaking speedster. And you can get all these guys after round 15, especially in your best ball drafts. Coming in at number 6, we got, yeah, I got the right one. Number 6, Mike Evans and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Also 8 soft matchups: Falcons, Saints, Panthers twice each. Plus they added the Cardinals and the 49ers. Baker Mayfield's 14th ranked passing offense, which was 225.9 yards per game in 2024, feeds Mike Evans. ADP is 35th overall, and Chris Godwin, who's coming off of an injury, his ADP is 62nd. If he is, and if it's announced that Chris Godwin's going to be healthy, I anticipate that his ADP will jump. All right. But I also like rookie Mecca Mbuka. His ADP is 105, and sophomore sleeper Jalen McMillan 151, simply because Chris Godwin is coming off of a catastrophic leg injury, and we don't know if he's going to be right and at what capacity, and he's going to be okay. And plus the consistent but aging Mike Evans has been increasing the amount of time missed with lingering injuries. All right, coming in at number 7. Yeah, we got Brandon Ayuk, we got Ricky Pearsall, and we got Juan Jennings. They got seven favorable matchups. They got the Cardinals twice, Falcons, Saints, Jaguars, and Panthers. Brock Purdy just got the bag, $265 million extension. Will definitely fuel a pass-heavy attack. Brandon Ayuk's ADP is criminal at 85th overall. Ricky Pearsall is at 73rd. Juan Jennings is a little bit high, but I mean, the way he balled out yesterday, you kind of have to pay the piper. And his ADP is 63rd overall. They're going to thrive against weak secondaries, especially early on if CMC needs time to ramp up his workload from coming off of the Achilles situation. All right, coming in, this is going well. This is going well. Coming in at number 8, we got Michael Pittman. Michael Pittman for the Indianapolis Colts and that entire Indianapolis Colts offense. They got 7 easy matchups: Titans, Jaguars, 2 times each. They also got the Cardinals, 49ers, and Falcons. Anthony Richardson's a dual threat ability opens up Michael Pittman Jr., who, everybody's kind of fading. But last year he had 104 receptions, which was low-key nasty. Despite having like a really bad back injury. His ADP is currently 96th overall. Josh Downs, he's your best ball spike week hitter. His ADP is 89th. They also got, late round flyers like Alec Pierce and Adonai Mitchell. Definitely good dart throws there. All right, coming in at number 9, and I know we were talking about them earlier, but here's the thing, guys. Kellen Moore is a beast. And Kellen Moore, if you guys are not familiar with the name, you've been living on the rock. He is a Super Bowl winning offensive coordinator who is now the head coach here in New Orleans. So let's talk about their 7 soft matchups. They got the Panthers twice, Falcons twice, Cardinals, 49ers, Titans. He's got a very wide Kellen Moore has a very friendly wide receiver scheme, where wide receivers average anywhere between 15.3 to 21.5 fantasy points per game, especially for wide receiver ones. This boosts Olave, whose ADP is currently 67th. And Rashid Shaheed, whose ADP is currently 118th. Shaheed's one of the most explosive players in fantasy football when healthy and ready to go. And I'm invested. I'm here for it. And I love what this guy, Kellen Moore, is going to do with this offense. Coming in at number 10, rounding up the list, we got Nico Collins and the Houston Texans. They are tied with the New York Giants for 6 favorable matchups. I just rather choose the Texans than the Giants, but I mean, get neighbors. He's a savage. Anyways, they got the Titans twice. They got the Jaguars twice. Then they also got the Cardinals and 49ers. CJ Stroud's 7th ranked passing attack last year, 245 point yards per game, fuels Nico Collins. It's going to fuel Christian Kirk, who was traded by the divisional rival Jacksonville Jaguars, and make that make sense. His current ADP is 128th. And then 2 rookies that are absolutely going to smash in an offense that's going to have to throw the ball a heck of a lot because the offensive line only got worse. And there's going to be a lot of high projected point totals in their matchups. So rookies, Jaden Higgins, he's the 101st overall ADP, and then Jalen Noel, his ADP is 175. Definitely good depth, definitely good best ball players. Now, all right, here's another thing, because I know what you guys are thinking, right? If you're a best ball bro for the drafters, $2.5 million, by the way, use promo code Disco W initial deposit, or if you're in best ball mania and you're eyeing those week 17 matchups. Here's the final scoop on exploitable defenses that wide receivers will face in week 17. So CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens will face the Washington Commanders. Dallas Cowboys will face the Commanders. The Saints will face Tennessee. Tennessee will face the Saints. Bengals versus Cardinals. Rams versus Falcons. Seahawks versus Panthers. Colts versus Jaguars. You're welcome. Okay. Bears versus 49ers, Commanders versus Cowboys. We mentioned that earlier, but vice versa. Cardinals versus the Bengals. So we also mentioned that earlier as well. But a lot of these teams, like if you want to win your championship, these are the receiving rooms that you want to have, because you're going to get really, really, really good safe floors and really, really high ceiling weeks. So it's a perfect combination. And that's your ultimate guide to the top 10 wide receiver rooms that'll dominate your fantasy football drafts in 2025. But we're just getting started. Our list of running backs, quarterbacks, and tight ends drop at the end of the week. So hit that subscribe button. Turn those bell notifications on. Catch us live Monday to Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern time, which is like 15 minutes away. So hopefully you guys watch this and then head over to the stream and crush the Drafters Fantasy Lobbies. Use promo code Disco to double your initial deposit up to $100. And I'm glad that went well. I'm glad we did this. Peace.